When did your musical journey begin and you first discovered that music was your passion?
Um, when I was 17, I had started to dabble with a rock and roll band that my
Hmm.
buddies had, and they told me, he said, you're always joking about singing, but you can actually sing pretty good.
Okay.
So from there, I started playing with them and realized that music was so much fun and it was such a cool outlet to be a part of. But it really wasn't until I went to a venue during my senior year in high school, and
Hmm.
I watched a guy in an empty hookah bar. It
Hmm.
was like me and four other
Okay.
people, and told stories and played his songs. And that's when it hit me. I said, man, if I can do what this guy has
Hmm.
done for me today for
Hmm.
someone else, then I will have succeeded at life all the way. And that's
Oh,
where it all began.
okay. So how did you finally audition for the show? Did you audition before as well, or you were approached by the producers?
I signed up online
Hmm.
via like randomly one night. I
Hmm.
think I had been drinking and
Oh,
I got brave enough to
okay.
uh to sign up for it.
Hmm.
And the audition link called me during a meeting
Hmm.
and I had to audition from the street corner. I put my phone up on a parking meter and
Hmm.
did my live audition.
Okay. Okay, that's how you and when you finally went for the blind audition on the show and how were you feeling? What different preparation go into preparing yourself for the blind audition than you do usually while you're singing?
Are you saying like my preparation for the show?
Yes, for the blind audition.
Yeah, the blind audition was very scary. It was probably the second scariest thing I've ever done.
Okay, so what's the first
Um,
scariest thing?
and reading the eulogy at my grandfather's funeral.
Okay, that's fair.
It,
Okay.
yeah, you just because there was so much weight for the moment. There was so
Hmm.
much everything that you'd ever learned about, that you ever wanted to be, that you ever wanted to
Hmm.
say, happens in that moment for the blind audition. And I felt very prepared and very ready, but at the same time, you never know what's going to happen. I've
Hmm.
never played on a like that. My practice for the audition
Hmm.
went awful. I had never
Okay.
sang so poorly in my life. My
Okay.
voice cracked, and I
Hmm.
remember just laughing, thinking, "Wow, they're going to send me home just based
Okay.
on the fact that I did so poorly in the
Hmm.
tryouts for the audition." So,
Okay. Justin, when you went on the show and you realized there are all such incredible singers you will be competing with, and what did you think puts you apart from others? What are your strong points as a contestant, as a singer there?
none. I don't have any strong points at all. I mean, the vocalists are the best in the world.
Hmm,
I,
absolutely.
they, they said that 80,000 people globally had auditioned, and you can tell like the people as soon as we got there,
Hmm.
people walking around the hotel
Hmm.
just singing their face off. And I knew I could never do anything like that. I mean, the I'm kind of a jack of all trades type
Hmm.
person, but I'm a master of none. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Hmm.
Maybe that gives me some sort of edge, that
Hmm.
entertainment value. But as far as being a great singer, I'm far from it and far from being in the top 20 on this show. They are just being around them makes me a better singer. Hearing them sing, just
Hmm.
wow, this is phenomenal. I'm in the company of the greats and potentially future Grammy winners and
Hmm.
future
Absolutely.
Beyonce types and future Aretha. It's such a cool thing.
So does that ever, after like definitely admiring the talent that every singer has, but at the end of the day, it's a competition. So does that thought ever get you underconfident in that how would I be competing with such incredible singers?
Oh yeah, it's very intimidating.
Hmm.
Um, in my battle rounds, singing
Hmm.
with Ravel, like he was my best friend on the
Hmm.
entire show, but he's my favorite singer. If
Mm,
I could sing, if I could choose who to sound like, I'd want to
mm,
sound like, and the capabilities, the nuance that he has, but also the power and the
mm,
fullness. I it was such I mean, I was comparing myself to him the whole time, and he was even coaching me through confidence,
mm,
telling me things that were very important about
mm,
where I'm where I'm at vocally
mm,
on my journey, and how I am navigating places that he can't
mm,
navigate. And I think it really helped me find some sort of confidence that gave me the belief that I am supposed to be here, not to be the best singer, but to be the best
mm,
art that I can be. You
mm.
know, that was really nice. That's what I've been learning a lot on this journey.
Okay, and so your journey as a musician has been very different. You mostly travel a lot, you perform at a lot of places. How has this experience been different from performing in front of a live crowd for an international, a music reality TV show?
Oh man, I think it's I'm just starting to get comfortable.
Mm,
The live interface of how I play, especially back home or across the states, there's always this energy that is
mm,
directly from the source, from the people,
mm,
from the crowd. Here, the energy is cultivated and it's built
mm,
upon to where the ceiling is kind of blown off.
mm,
You know, there's all these perfect lights. There's the best band. There's a crowd there that's ready to see you, you
mm,
know, for this event.
mm,
And it just heightens everything. It
mm,
grows it in a specific way that takes some adjusting to, but also feels like just as natural
mm,
when you're up there and on the
mm.
stage. I mean, I'm so used to playing crammed little bars with my band
Absolutely.
right around me,
Yes.
you know. And now the band's 30 feet away, 40
Mm,
feet away, and the crowd is too, and there's the lights are just perfect. And I don't know, it feels like a dream. It really does. And I love that part about it because it makes it so much different than anything
mm.
I've ever.
Okay, and how different have the opportunities been after your appearance for the show? What are the new opportunities that you're getting after you have been on the show, if you could let us know?
Yeah, it's been well, everything is just like at a bigger capacity.
Hmm.
The people that I've known for 10 years
Hmm.
are now coming around and they're saying, like, oh wow, I didn't even know that you played music. And I'm saying to them, hey, I've been in the back corner of this bar that's been at 10 years.
Forever.
Yeah. And so I think that little thing
Hmm.
is just like
Hmm.
everyone exists in their own world, their own
Hmm.
reality, phones in their hand, head down. Now I kind of it's allowed me to come in from the top,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
people see me as a star in the sky. They're like, "Whoa,
Hmm.
this guy did something," and I'm like, "Hey, I've been right next to you this whole time." Now that I'm at a viewpoint to everyone, they all
Hmm.
treat me a whole lot differently.
Okay, so are you having people coming up to you and asking for your selfies, your autographs, and treating you like a celebrity? Is that
Oh yeah,
happening?
yeah. I can't go to the grocery store
Oh my God, so you're
in
very famous.
towns. I mean, I go to bigger town. I was like
Hmm.
2 hours away
Hmm.
eating at a restaurant and the plates were scratched and it was like people, hey, that's the guy, that's the guy. You know, it's been
That's
fun. It's been fun because I think people see me and they're like, oh, he's very normal, you know, and they feel like they've won
hmm.
because I'm representing us kind of small town folk and
Hmm.
they're on the journey with me. And that is something that I hope never gets lost on this journey.
Okay, that's very lovely. And Dustin, what are these few tips that you have taken with yourself from your mentors on the show that you have been applying to your music journey now?
So my vocal coaches showed me so many very specific, I mean, these are the best at their
Hmm.
job on the planet. And
Hmm.
they're diagnosing every part
Hmm.
of you. Like, oh, they listen to you, they watch your
Hmm.
movements, and they are just turning you into the most
Hmm.
fluid version of yourself that
Hmm.
allows you to be um just accurate and on, and have your best performances always be second nature.
Hmm.
So I take all of that
Hmm.
advice with me, because I've never considered myself to be a vocalist.
Hmm.
Like I said, I focus on so many other things
Hmm.
that one thinking about one thing kind of, um, I've just never had the time to really
Hmm.
line that up. And they've given me the opportunity to
Hmm.
slow this down and, all right, take a lane, learn how to do this really well,
Hmm.
and then we'll come back to the other stuff. And so that's what I've been really focusing on. All of their advice,
Hmm.
doing proper exercises
Hmm.
and warm ups, because it's mental
Hmm.
as well as,
Absolutely, yeah.
so that's been something that I'm utilizing every second of every day here.
Okay. Dustin, your Instagram says that you are a self-representing touring artist. So why did you choose to be a touring artist and not somebody, who conventionally goes around and plays at particular places? But how did this idea of being a touring artist come to you?
Well, first, to explore and exploit your business and
Hmm.
grow,
Hmm.
you have to travel with what we do.
Okay.
You have to
Hmm.
go to all these places. You're essentially a salesman for your
Hmm.
art.
Hmm.
So you have to discover markets and go to places where you think you might be accepted in a
Hmm.
community that wants to be a part of the journey, purchase the idea of
Hmm.
what you are as an artist. And I mean, I love traveling too.
Hmm.
So it all lined up for me to keep doing that. In the South,
Hmm.
specifically, the art that I perform
Hmm.
is so, there's so much saturation
Hmm.
here. And
Hmm.
there's a very specific thing that everybody loves. They love Cajun and Zydeco
Yeah.
music,
Hmm.
loud rock and roll music, and dancing. And it's like music and dancing and
Hmm.
drinking are all combined together. Well, that's really hard for me to do if I'm just singing folk songs in a corner,
Hmm. Hmm.
or like, oh, this is boring, or I can't dance to this, or so I knew that for me to, I had to just go discover my people and
Hmm.
my art.
Hmm.
Why I decided to start touring full time.
Hmm.
I collected a network of people
Hmm.
through conferences, through late
Hmm.
night, through other, watching them on other touring
Hmm.
Instagram stuff. And
Hmm.
you discover that there is a network and
Hmm.
a flowing
Hmm.
channel, all these
Hmm.
artists that you get in the touring
Hmm.
lane and you're going everywhere and you crossing paths, you're doing similar things. So that's why I had to go. I knew that that would be my path. I just didn't know how long or what would come from it.
Okay, and you talked about your interest for Cajun music, and even your Instagram says that you're redefining Cajun music. So, how did you decide that Cajun is where your interest lies the most, and what does redefining a Cajun music mean?
My legacy and my ancestry
Hmm.
all comes from the Acadian ancestry
Hmm.
and Cajun community.
Hmm.
I was brought up on traditional Cajun music
Hmm.
and Cajun folk songs,
Hmm.
and like I said, jitterbug and
Hmm.
zydeco, just very rootsy
Hmm.
music to my culture and my area. The thing was, there was a lot of that music that didn't really resonate with me on an emotional level,
Hmm.
because the music is made, that style of music is really made to
Hmm.
entertain more than
Hmm.
anything. So when it comes to redefining Cajun
Hmm.
music, what
Hmm.
I want to do is keep the
Hmm.
roots of it all, keep the
Hmm.
language, keep the arrangements, but then, I mean, keep the instruments, but then do it in an arrangement in a way
Hmm.
that speaks to what I am as a songwriter
Hmm.
and as a folk artist.
Hmm.
Do something more contemporary,
Hmm.
redefining it for future generations, not
Hmm.
just mimicking the past of what we
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
Asian people.
Okay, and you talked that you are also a songwriter. So, what creative liberty do you take while songwriting? What inspires your songs and albums that you're putting for your audience?
Stories,
Hmm.
certain. I love telling stories. Um, Even there's just so much uniqueness to my area and to South Louisiana as a whole that when I visit places, people are always asking me these questions. What's it like? How do you do this? What?
Hmm.
Oh, why does it look like this? Why are you eating this? All these cool questions. And I love taking inspirations just from my personal
Hmm.
life that I
Hmm.
think is so normal
Hmm.
that people just find so fascinating
Hmm.
because of the uniqueness of where I'm
Hmm.
from and what I do. It starts there. Of course, introducing them to different styles of music is like
Hmm.
very cool and interesting. But it's about storytelling and painting the picture fully in a way that isn't just what is normalized through Cajun culture already.
Okay, okay, that's nice. And being in an artistic music career, you often have to face a lot of criticism and people saying not so nice things about you, or just shutting their doors at you. How do you deal with criticism and rejections?
Oh my God, it's just so natural. It's such a
Mm,
part of what I do. Um, I was having this conversation and with another friend who does very similar stuff to what I do with Cajun music, but with
mm,
her Latin. And I think if I hear it from outside sources, it's like, yeah, you can like it or you can't like it,
mm,
and that's completely fine. But hearing it from people back home is
mm,
hard.
mm,
And it was hard for a long time because I felt like I haven't, and I still haven't been accepted fully because I'm trying to do
mm,
something different.
mm,
Um, but as long as you know who you
mm,
are in
mm,
what you're, I am a Cajun artist.
mm, mm,
Well, around here can say, oh, well, you don't play Cajun music,
mm,
but you can't take it away from me because
mm,
I am a Cajun man.
mm,
I play my music. That makes
mm,
the music I play Cajun music, you
mm,
know? And as long as you are established in that foundation, uh, people can love it or they can hate it. Usually, what ends up happening is uh, you just find your audience, you find your
mm,
listeners, and with outlets like the show, now I've been exposed to millions and millions of people. So it's really coming around, and even for the naysayers, it's like, oh,
mm,
I get it now. Just defining yourself and standing, having your foundation within yourself,
mm,
the criticism is really off the shoulder, and I invite it all the time because you need to be self-aware. um,
absolutely, yes.
you need to be self-aware. You need to hear criticism. I've
Mm,
heard it for years and years and years.
mm,
First show I ever played, I was
mm.
told to never play again. I shouldn't sing at all.
Okay, that's tough.
And I thought, okay, well, I need to take this as it is. I'm not going to give up,
Mm,
but I need to discover why didn't they like it. You'll never
mm,
please everybody.
mm.
Please yourself, and like I
Of
said, just
course.
make sure that you have a good foundation, a strong foundation in yourself.
That's very lovely. I mean, those were such inspiring things to say to have belief in yourself, to have your foundation strong. And so, how does your music career look like now? Now the show is about to end. What good plans that you have for yourself, for your tours, and how does your music is now gonna be?
I think Well, I think it's going to be everything that I've done before times 100, you know,
Okay, yeah.
bigger, big venues,
Hmm.
bigger showcases,
Hmm.
more focus on original
Hmm.
music and artistry,
Hmm.
less. We talk about
Hmm.
gigs and shows, and they're
Hmm.
completely different things in the music world. Gigs, you're usually like in the background playing
Hmm.
music, and then shows, you're performing your artistry and
Hmm.
promoting brand. I
Hmm.
think it's going to be a lot more shows from here on out. And yeah, I have the expectation that all my dreams are going to further.
Absolutely, there. And talking about that, your shows are going to be a lot bigger now, and you are going to be exploring a lot. Can we expect you to be collaborating with your fellow artists on the show?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We've just got approved. Me and a few other contestants will
Mm.
be all getting together in Nashville next Tuesday.
Okay.
Uh, and now we have the most beautiful part is we have a community among ourselves
Hmm.
that we share all these similar
Hmm.
sentiments. We share this bizarre experience and trauma bond from being on reality television. Uh,
Okay.
all share music. We all sacrificed so much to get
Hmm.
to where we were, and we're so vulnerable.
Hmm.
And it made me see that there's so many other people, like especially on the show, just
Hmm.
like me. So now we have a network of ourselves all spread across the country, and yeah, there will be collaborations until the day I die.
That's very inspiring. And Dustin, it was such a pleasure talking with you, and all these great tips you told us. And I wish you all the best for your music journey, and looking forward to your new music coming up soon.
Thank you so much, and thank you for working with me to try to get this happening. I'm glad it worked out.
That's all. Have a nice day, Dustin.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.